So come into cross-leg sitting. Rest the hands on the thigh bones or on the knees. As usual, we'll start the practice with a open breathing meditation. So make sure that you find a seat that is absolutely comfortable for you. If that means switch the other leg to the front, please do so. And if you need to lay down onto your back for more support, please do so. And cast the gaze onto the floor, find a steady point to gaze on. Shift your focus onto the tip of the nose. And release the shoulders away from the ears. You may choose to close eyes fully. And you may notice that the sound of breath gets more noticeable after that. And just imagine your breath is like the waves of the ocean. Come and go. If you notice there's any tension in your body part, see if you can direct some of the breathing to that point. And we may all come from a busy place, so it might take a while to quiet your mind down. So for now, rest the mind on the rhythm of the breath. And for today's practice, I do invite you to imagine you just walk through a garden, a forest, even a patch of grassland. Reconnect with those memories from the past if you're not seeing yet, depending on where you are right now physically. Reconnecting with those memories of those little plants that sticking their head out of the heavy and muddy soil. And simply be with it. We're not here to pull it out, not here to pull it to grow faster, certainly not here to step on it. Simply observe. Sometimes you might encounter those seedlings that look so small and fragile, but they were able to not move the heavy objects that on top of them. Not to mention the season of the rain, snow, in combination of the soil that has been asleep for the whole winter, creates a heavy muddiness. But because of that muddiness, that forces a little plant to push out, grow stronger, grow a strong foundation. Stay close to your plant for a couple more long breaths. And just watch it grow naturally. It's like we would not force onto the plant to grow faster. We also do not force our breath to get longer. We also do not force ourselves into a posture that we're not ready for yet. Take that wisdom from that seedling. And get the hands in front of the heart. Take a long breath in. And exhale, let everything out. Bow your head toward the heart. When you're ready, slowly blink open the eyes. Extend the legs long. You can just shake the legs up, the back of the legs against the floor. You can also just bring the feet as wide as a mat and just rock the knees side to side. Open the hip a little bit. You can also come into a reverse table. And then come back down. If you were in a Sukhasana, make sure you switch the cross of the leg. Rest the left hand to the left side and extend your right arm by the right ear and side bend to the left side. Let the right side body grow and press the right sit bone into the ground. But reach far through the right hand. One big inhale. Next exhale, rest your right hand on the left knee. Bring the left hand on your sacrum or to the back. Tense the fingertips at the, then roll your chest to the left side. Gaze over the left shoulder to the back. So we're revolving through the spine, not the pelvis. The pelvis still stay neutral. Big inhale, lengthen through the spine. And exhale, rotate the rib cage toward the back. Then come back to center. Keep your right hand where it is. We'll do something that we don't usually do. Extend your left arm by the left ear. Imagine there's a heavy rock on your left side leg to keep it down, and side bend to the right, but use the left knee to anchor your right arm. So growing the left side body at this time. Reach your left hand up, but also anchoring your foundation down. Just imagine you're reaching the left hand out through that heavy, muddy soil. Then come back to center. We'll do the other side. Rest the right hand to the right side. And extend your left arm by the left ear and side bend to the right side. Imagine the growth all the way from your left hip to your left shoulder, through the left arm, to the right side. Then come back to center and rest your left hand on your right knee. Right hand behind you. Inhale, lengthen to the spine. Then exhale, rotate the chest, the rib cage toward the back. Gaze over the right shoulder. Come back to center. Keep your left hand where it is. Extend your right arm by the right ear. And side bend to the left side and anchor your right side down. Turn your chest up toward the sky. Pull the right knee down toward the ground. So we're in the twist, but also side bend. Raise all the way up. Re-extend the legs, shake the legs, and also do the windshield wiper knee side to side again. Take your time and we'll all arrive at table pose. Not reverse table, table rather. Just hands underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips. If you have a thin mat, make sure you bring a blanket or a couch pillow right underneath your knees. You can also fold your mat halfway in to get some extra padding. Adjust the foundation first. Make sure there's good connection between your palms with the mat and the shins with the mat. Inhale, lift the chest up, lift the tailbones up, drop the belly. Exhale, pressing firmly into the palms round the back. Inhale, find the rhythm. Exhale, push into the palms, into the top of the feet. And just go with your own pace. You can add any kind of arms variation, including flipping the palms so the fingertips pointing toward the knees.
be truthful to the reason of the breath. Just let the pose, let the flow follow that rhythm rather than the other way around. And next time when you're back to neutral, walk your hands forward. Keep your hips where it is and melt your chest down toward the ground. You can stay in this happy puppy pose. You can also press your palms together and bend through the elbows. Bring the big thumbs all the way to the back of the neck. Keep the chest open, keep the shoulders open. And start slowly walk your hands back towards you. Tuck your back toes and lift your tailbones up into our first downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Press into the palms, evenly distribute through all corners of the hands. If that means you have to keep your legs a lot bent, keep that way. And turn your bicep toward the front. Keep the spaciousness between the shoulders and the ears. You can bend through one leg and another. You can also rock forward into a high plank, then back into a downward facing dog to make some flexibility in the back of the legs. If downward facing dog does not work for you, you can come down into a child pose. Imagine there's the energy pushing all the way from your palms to your tailbone toward the sky. And then release the heels toward the ground. And we'll all rock forward into a high plank. And release the knees down, back into a table. Extend your left leg back, neutralize the pelvis. Flow the left leg up. Bend the left leg. Push the bottom of the left foot towards the sky. If you have a block nearby, you're welcome to place the block flat on the bottom of the left foot. Mine's a little bit far, so I'm not going to go through that. But imagine that your left knee is still on the ground, right by the side of the right knee to support you. You might have to shift some weight onto the left hand, so it's balanced out. And press the left foot up toward the sky. You can add some pulse if you like. Then tuck the right toes and extend your left leg up into a down dog split. In this down dog split, pull the left heel toward the left sit bone. Continue to keep the pelvis neutral and extend the left leg out and draw the left knee into the chest. You can release your right knee down for more support, more body on the ground, more support you're getting. And exhale, press the left foot back, point the left toes toward the ground and pull the left heel toward the left sit bone. Then draw the left knee into the chest, into a plank. And press the left foot back. Last time, pull the left heel toward the left sit bone. And draw the left knee into the chest. Step the left foot in between the hands, release your right knee down. We're going to be here for a little bit, so find the best low lunge for you. For some of you, if you want to focus on stretching out the front of the right thigh, you can bring the right knee behind the right thigh bone. For some of you, if you like to, for more stability, make sure that your right knee is right underneath your right hip. So it's create a box-like shape. More stability.
And either way, feel free to bring some blocks so you can rest your hands on. If you don't have blocks, rest the hands on top of the left thigh. Tuck both thigh bones toward the midline. Find a steady point for you to gaze on. Reconnect with the sound of your breath. Just honor that. Trusting that we're just like those ceilings, we're gonna grow into something bigger. Interlace your hands with the left pinky outside and press the palms forward. And raise the palms all the way up above the head. Inhale, reach the hand up toward the sky. And exhale, side bend to the left side. But keep hugging the thigh bones into the midline. Come all the way up. And bring the hands above toward the back. Create some back bend. Keep the chest to lift up, the pelvis lowering down so you're not compressing onto the low back. Cartwheel both hands down, chest forward. And exhale, pin your left hip back, pull your toes towards you. Press the back of the left leg downwards. We're just going to move through some flow. Inhale, bend into the left leg. And exhale toward the back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, half split. Last time. And come back into a low lunge. Tuck your back toes and step your right foot to me with the left. Fold over the legs. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold. One more time. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. And find a block if you have them. Bring it in between the knees. I'll face this way so you can see me. Release your hips toward the back, but make sure your knees is not passing your big toes. Your hands can be on the ground. If you have extra blocks, your hands can be on the blocks. Option to raise arms by the ears into a Uttanasana chair pose. Imagine that your heels, your hips are reaching into the ground at the steady foundation, but you're shooting your arms out of that soil. If you have the block in between the thighs, squeeze it in. Come all the way up. Hand to heart center. By the side, Tadasana. One cycle of a long breath here. Just to reconnect with the breath again. And when you're ready, arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Remove the block if you haven't already. Exhale, step left and right to the back. Option to release the knees down, bend to the elbows, all the way down to your belly. Hug the elbows in, press into the palms. Inhale, lift up. Bhujangasana. Exhale, fold over. One more time like that. Inhale, lift the chest up. And this time, option to straighten both arms. Option to lift your pelvis, the top of thighs off from the ground. When I call, vinyasa through today's practice. You can go to that Bhujangasana, you can come into this. You can also go to cow pose that we did before. And exhale, press the tailbone up into downward facing dog. Rock forward into a high plank. Release the knees down. And we'll do the other side. Extend the right foot back. Steady yourself on the 3 limbs first. And then option to lift your right leg up. And bend to the right knee. Imagine your right foot is stepping onto the ceiling. Keep hugging your left thigh bone and the right thigh bone towards each other, even though they're not on the same level anymore. You can pulse the right heel toward the sky. Tuck your left toes. Straighten your left leg. Pull the right heel toward the right sit bone. Next, draw the right knee into the chest. Option to release left knee down if you need support. Inhale, kick the right foot back and pull the right heel toward the right sit bone. Exhale, right knee into the chest. Lift up. Last time. And step your right foot lightly in between the hands. Release your left knee down. Hands on the ground or on the blocks or on top of the right thighs. Choose the shape of low lunge that works for you for stretch or for stability. You make your own choice based on your own needs. Same as the other side, find a steady point for you to gaze on so you can grow your seedling. Interlace the hands with the right pinky outside this time. Press the palms forward. Pull the shoulder blades away from each other. And lift the hands up toward the sky. Big inhale, reach into the palms and drop the pelvis toward the ground. Big exhale, side bend to the right, but hugging the thigh bones toward the midline. One big inhale. Let the left side body grow. And exhale, come back to center. Big inhale, one more time. And exhale, back bend to bring your hands behind the head. Lower the hips, but keep the chest up. And cover both hands onto the ground, onto the blocks. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, straighten the right leg. Pull the right toes towards you. Open the back of the right leg. Inhale. Bend into the right leg. And we'll flow in between. The next time when you're in low lunge again, tuck your back toes and step your left foot. Come in with the right. Fold over the legs. Inhale, lengthen to the spine, flat back. Exhale, fold over. One more time. And fold over. Bring a block in between the thigh bones if you have one. And sit the sit bones down. You've been here before, so choose a place that suits you the most. Hands on the ground or hands on the block or hands by the ears. One more big inhale. Reach the tailbones down. And come all the way up. And through heart center. By the side, Tadasana. Distribute weight evenly through the corners of the feet. Once again, reconnect with your breath. Reconnect with your roots. And we'll flow through some Surya Namaskar B today, just for the direction where we're growing into. But if you have any other kind of salute practice that you like to go with, please go for it. Otherwise, slowly blink open the eyes. And I'll guide you through the first 2 rounds before I send you on to your own. Inhale, sit into chair pose. Even though there's no block in between the knees anymore, just imagine there's one there for you to squeeze on. And fold over the legs. Inhale, lengthen to the spine. Exhale, step left and right into a high plank. Knees up or down. Bend through the elbows. You can come all the way down into your belly. You can also halfway lift chest up. Upward facing dog. Exhale, press tailbones up. Downward facing dog. So you can totally just do cow and cat in the table. Bring the left foot to the left thumb. Spin down your right heel. Right toes roughly 30 to 60 degrees to the right side. Imagine someone that's stepping onto the pinky edge of the right foot. Bend into the left leg. Arms by the ears. Rise all the way up. Chest to right. Turn your chest toward the front. Into Warrior One. Virabhadrasana 1. Lengthen through the arms. Fingertips toward the sky, but drop the pelvis toward the ground. Bring the hands down. Step the left foot back. Into high plank or knee plank. Bend to the elbows. Inhale. Back bend of your choice. Exhale, tailbones up. Downward facing dog. Step the right foot to the right thumb. Spin down your left heel. Bend into the right leg. Arms by the ears. Rise all the way up. Warrior One. If this does not work for you, you can bring the left knee down into a low lunge. Bring both hands down, step the right foot to the back, knees up or down, bend to the elbows. Inhale, back bend of your choice. Exhale, we'll all meet in downward facing dog. 3 to 5 rounds of breath here. If being in downward facing dog prevents you to reconnect with your breath in this 3 to 5 rounds of breath, bring your knees down into a child or table. On the bottom of the next exhale, step by step, or heart forward. Inhale, lengthen to the spine. Exhale, fold over. Inhale, sit into Uttanasana, chair pose. Exhale, rise up, hand through heart center. We'll do it one more time together. Inhale, sit into a chair. Exhale, fold over. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, flat back.
Exhale, step right and left into a high plank or knee plank. Bend to the elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog or other back bend of your choice. Press the tailbones up. Downward facing dog. Step the left foot to the left arm. Spin down your right heel. Rise up into a warrior one or low lunge if that's your posture. Bring the hands down. Step the left foot back. Bend to the elbows. Inhale, vinyasa. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step the right foot to the right thumb. Spin down the left heel. Raise up the arms. Bring the hands down. Step the right foot back. Bend to the elbows. Inhale. Back bend of your choice. Exhale, take your time. We all arrive in downward facing dog. I will try a pose if that's more restive for you. On the next exhale, step by step, a hop forward. Inhale, lengthen to the spine. Exhale, fold over. Sit into a chair. Rise all the way up, hand to heart center. By the side, Tadasana. Float one more time on each side on your own so you can have the ownership of your practice. Do make sure that you are connecting to breath to the whole flow and give you the 3 to 5 rounds of breath as a space in downward facing dog or child pose or other posture of your choice. And now stay quiet. If you're still flowing, take your time. If you're already arrived at the top of the mat, come into an intentional Tadasana while waiting for the rest of us to arrive. Reconnect with the roots. Also test out your strong foundation by shifting weight side to side, rock back and forth. The foundation that's going to support you to grow taller and stronger. When you arrive at the top of the mat,
Stay strong, standing strong onto the right foot. Tuck the right outer hip in, or face this way. Draw the left knee into the chest. Interlace the hands with the left pinky outside. You can stay here. You can also bring the interlace of the hands underneath the left knee and kick the left foot forward. And rebend it in. And kick the left foot forward. Rebend it in. Last time like that. And step your left foot down. Find the blocks if they're nearby. Take a big step with your right foot. Bend into the left knee. So many options here. You can stay in this runner's lunge. Then pose into a pyramid variation, left leg straight, pull the left toes towards you. Remove the block so you can see it. And bend into your right leg. You're almost like you're tapping your right knee toward the ground. So this is one option. Another option is from the beginning, release your right knee down if you need that support. Then come back into the half split. You can even come further and sit your tailbones on the right heel and straighten the left leg. And we'll flow in between those postures. Inhale, bend into the left leg, into runner's lunge or into a low lunge. And exhale, pyramid posture with your right leg bent. You can also come into a half split on the floor. Inhale, bend into the left leg. Exhale, straighten the left leg in the posture of your choice. Twice more like that. Next time when you bend into the left leg, right knee up or down, right hand on the floor, left hand up into a twist. Inhale, lengthen to the left arm, fingertips up all the way to the sky. Now exhale, revolve through the spine. Rotate your chest, your rib cage open. You can start shimmy your left foot to the side. And gradually stack the left foot all the way on top of the right. If this doesn't work for you, release your right hip down into a side plank. Option 2, reach the left foot afloat. Bring the left hand down, both feet down into a high plank. Rest down onto your right elbow and come down to your left elbow into a forearm plank. And release your pelvis down. Put the chest forward. Put the elbows toward the back. Sphinx pose. Once again, we arrived at back bend. As much as support we're getting from the floor, Sphinx pose can be challenging for someone. So adjust as you need. You can stay in the Sphinx pose. Another thing I'm offering tonight is baby camel pose. Come sit onto the heels. And stand on the shins. If your knees tend to split open in back bend, you can bring a block in between the knees and squeeze onto it as a reminder. And bring the palms onto your low back and fingertips pointing up. Tuck the elbows in and press the pelvis forward. Lean your head toward the back and puff the chest up into a baby camel. And because if you got the range, you're welcome to bring one hand or both onto the heels into Ustrasana, camel pose. So there are many variations of back bend you can choose. And once you're ready to come out from the back bend you chose to play with, come into a table to neutralize our spine a little bit first. And tuck the toes, press the tailbones up into downward facing dog. You can take many small steps, you can hop forward. Inhale, lengthen to the spine. Exhale, fold over. Sit into a chair pose. Right all the way up. Exhale, hand to heart center. By the side. We do the other side. Standing strong to the left leg, hug the left outer hip in. Draw the right knee in. Interlace your hands with the right pinky outside and squeeze the right knee in to the chest. Standing strong to the left leg. If you need to bring yourself close to wall for some support, please do so. Just like a seedling, even though the bottom of the seedling might be looking very fragile, which is similar to our left leg right now, but we stay strong on it. Bring the hands underneath your right knee. An option to kick the right foot forward. Bring it back in. And extend it forward. Bring it back in. One more time like that. Bring it back in. And step your right foot down. Take a big step with your left foot into a runner's lunge. Option to release your back knee down. And you choose a flow that you like to follow. Different side is very different. So try it first before you start flowing. Inhale, bend in the right leg. And exhale, I'm gonna go with pyramid pose with my back leg bend. Inhale, bend into the right leg. Exhale. And there's no hierarchy among the shapes or among the flow. It all comes down to what works the best for you right now at the moment. Bring the left hand down, right hand up. Simple twist. Inhale, lengthen the right arm. Lengthen to the spine. Exhale, revolve the chest up. And shimmy your right foot to the center of the mat. Come up onto the pinky edge of the left foot. Perhaps step the right foot. You can stagger the feet or you can stack it on top of the left. Right hand up. Pressing into the left palm. Reaching up through the right palm. Option to lift up the right leg. And slowly release that right foot down, right hand down into a high plank. Come down to the left elbow. Come down to the right elbow.
Release the pelvis down into a Sphinx pose. Pull the elbows towards you. Chest forward. It might not be visible, but just like a seedling growing, you're staring at it for hours and hours. It doesn't seem like it's doing anything, but it is growing. So even in the Sphinx pose, it doesn't seem like you're moving. There's energy moving around. There's your capability growing. You can stay here. You can go back into other kind of back bend shape, baby camel or full camel. And once you're done, we all come into table pose to neutralize our spine a bit. And we'll come onto your back. And bring the blocks nearby if you have them. Bend both legs. Bring the heels close to sit bones. This is where you can stay if you feel like you use up most of your energy for today already. Option to lift your tailbones up into an active bridge pose. Setu Bandha Sarvangasana. This is where you can stay. If you want a combination of restive but also opening the front hip, you can come into a supported bridge pose by bringing the blocks underneath your sacrum and stay here. Last thing I'm offering in this round of back bend is option to lift your left leg up toward the sky while right foot stay on the floor. You can do this with or without the blocks, with or without your hips being lifted up. Imagine that left foot is like your leaves sticking out and opening up, reaching out through the soil. And lightly step the left foot down. Press the hips back up again if you were in a bridge pose. And then step the right foot up toward the sky. Hug both thigh bones towards the midline still. Lightly step the right foot down. Press your pelvis up. And exhale, release the hips down. Gently hug the knees into the chest. And we'll do the second round. So for the second round, we can choose to do all of those things I mentioned. I'm also offering wheel pose for tonight. If this is the first time you practice wheel pose, and I would suggest to have someone at home to spot you on. To start with wheel pose, bring the hands behind your shoulders. Hug the elbows in. Lift your pelvis up just like bridge pose. Then perhaps come up onto the crown of your head. This is where you can stay. Option to press into the palms and press the chest up. And bring the chest towards direction of the heels of the hands. So basically you're moving your chest toward the front. And press the pelvis up and hugging the thigh bones in, just like the block in between the thigh bones. Option to stay here. Option to be just like in a bridge pose. Reach the left foot up toward the sky. You might have to shift some weight onto the right hand since you're missing one limb on the left hand, and step the left foot down lightly. Now, option to lift the right leg up. Step the right foot down. To come up, tuck your chin toward the chest. Bring the crown of the head down. Bring the tailbones down. I hope you did not try it when you were seeing me demo, but here's a time that you can play around with bridge pose or wheel pose. Whatever shape you chose, just savor it for a couple of cycle breath. And it's totally fine if you skip all of that. So once you're done with playing with that deep back bend, you can choose where you are. And I don't usually teach it this kind of sequence, but for today, we're gonna come back up to a standing posture. You can roll onto one side or rock back and forth. Remember I said we're all gonna grow towards some direction. So we're gonna finish the class with the tree pose. Standing strong through the right leg. And rest your left heel onto the right leg and open the left knee to the left side. This is where you can stay and press the palms together. You can also bring yourself close to the wall and just rest your right hand onto the wall. Option 2, bring the left heel to your right inner thigh and pressing into it, and right side bone press into it. Find the steady point for you to gaze on and grow your tree by extend your arms over the head. Option to branch out. And if you want to make your tree a bit funky, like sometimes we see a plant that grow out of a huge rock, you can bring the right hand onto your left thigh and extend your left arm by the left ear and side bend to the right side. Just like when we're seated on the floor, use the left side to anchor your foundation. And come back to center. Release your hands in front of your chest and step your left foot down. Just circle around your right ankle. Release some tension over there. I hope you enjoy the funky tree. I'm going to do the other side. Standing strong to the left foot and rest your right foot onto the left ankle. This is where you can stay. You can also raise the right foot and onto your left inner thigh and open the right knee to the right side. Gather hands in front of the heart. Find a steady point for you to gaze on. And you can, of course, you can grow your tree on this side as well by raising up the hands toward the sky. Standing strong to the left leg. Option to branch out your tree. An option to bring the left hand onto your right thigh
And extend your right arm by the right ear, side bend to the left side. Come back to center. And step your right foot down. Circle around your left ankle. And come back down to the floor. We're coming back to cooling down, I promise. There's no more big surprise. And draw the sole of the feet together. And holding the feet with your hands and fold forward, using the elbows to help the thigh bones to open to the side. Baddha Konasana. Reconnect with your breath once again, especially if you lost some connection when you were trying the funky tree pose. When we're in a very unstable, very unfamiliar place, we tend to lose our breath. No judgment here, no shame here. It's all part of the process. Just reconnect with it. Then come back up. And we'll open the outer hip a little bit. You can come into a Sukhasana, which is a very simple outer hip stretch. You can also come into Fire Log or double pigeon by placing your right foot on top of your left knee and stacking your right shin on top of your left. I like stacking a block underneath your right knee because my hips are not super open, and I don't like forcing onto it. Make sure you flex your right foot to protect your joints. An option to walk the hands toward the front. We're cooling down, so don't force yourself into an overstretched place. Stay close to your breath. If that means you have to back out a bit, back out a bit. And slowly walk yourself back up. Windshield wiper your knee side to side once more. And press into a reverse table. If you were in Sukhasana, cross-leg seat, switch the legs. If you come into Fire Logs, place your left foot on top of your right knee. Perhaps bring a block underneath your left knee. Stack your left shin on top of your right. Flex your left foot. Option to stay here. This is a very intense outer hip stretch. Option to walk your hands toward the front and fold over. Remember that seedling you spend time with through the whole practice. Stay close to it. Stay with it. Be its company, but also its observer. When you're ready, slowly walk yourself back up. Last time, windshield wiper, side to side. And press your tailbones up. When you're ready, come lay down onto your back. If there's any other kind of shape you'd like to include in your practice tonight, please feel free to do so. I do suggest it to be some symmetric shape so you leave enough time for your Shavasana resting pose. Whenever you're ready, extend your arms out, your legs out. Shavasana. If you don't have anywhere to rush to after practice and would like to stay longer in your Shavasana, you're welcome to do so. If you are ready to come out of Shavasana, gently sway your neck side to side, wiggling your toes and fingertips. And then roll on to one side of your choice. Take a long breath in there. Then exhale, let it out. And slowly support yourself into a comfortable seat. And just like that, those seedlings, we're not rushing. We take out time to break through the wet, cold, heavy raining season. And honor the life of the seed, the seedling, that plant that you've been carrying through the practice tonight by bringing the wisdom of it with you off the mat. Get the hand in front of the heart. Take a big, deep breath in. And exhale, let everything out. Bow your head toward the heart. Thank you so much for practicing with me tonight. When you're ready, slowly blink open the eyes. Thank you. Thank you.